is select the whole data. The quickest and easiest way to select any data is to hold down your Control, Shift, and right key, and then down key. This will select the complete data. Second thing, you need to go on the Insert tab and select Table. If your data is having headers, which is like the tags of your column, like order date, region, representative items, then you need to select my data has headers. If not, you can skip this part and you can uncheck the box. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure your data is in the correct format. So this is supposed to be date, but if the dates are not formatted as date, and if they are formatted general, you can check over here how it is formatted as, then they will look like this. So what you need to do is you need to select all the data. So again, we will hold down Control Shift down arrow, and we will select short date. Depending on what type of date you want, short date is what we use in day-to-day life. So this is what we're gonna use. And this is how you format the data in Excel as table. Second thing you can do is manipulate the data. So once anything is formatted as table, you will activate another tab, which will be a design tab or format tab, depending on what type of Excel you are using. If you are using the latest Excel, I think I'm having 2019 version. Whatever type of color you want. There are three different type of format. One is light format, one is medium format where the color will be little bit darker, and lastly the dark format, which is much darker. Depending on your needs or what looks best for you, you can select the format over there. Few more things that you can edit with your table. First thing is header row. So if you click click this checkbox, you will see the header row or you won't see the header row, depending. We will keep it checked. First column, when you press this first column will become darker, and it will stand out from rest of the column. Filter button, if you want this filters over here, then you need to check it. If you don't want it, you can uncheck it. If we check it, you can easily filter via regions, east, west, central, whatever data table have it. Total rows, it will count the sum of the values. So whatever is there in the last column, that will sum up to the total rows. What's the sum of total rows? So right now the banded rows. So right now we see the colors. One is dark, one is light. This is really good for visualization. So recommendation would be always to keep the banded rows on. Banded columns, generally in the corporate world, you see we don't see much of the banded columns. So if you go in a corporate world, keep it off. Unless if you are in school or something, you can keep it on. It's just for, again, visualization perspective. Last column is just to again highlight and make it stand out from other columns. If you have something really important as the financial numbers or something, you can do last column. You can do the first column as well, depending on your needs. This is how basically you can easily manipulate the data in here. Another thing that you can do is try to remove the duplicate data. Let's say you have multiple duplicate data over here and you want to remove it. The easiest way will to remove the duplicates from here. There are no duplicate values, so nothing will get removed. If you have anything duplicated, you can also go to data tab and go to remove duplicates. Again, depending on what version of Excel you are having, all the tabs over here will change. Going back to the table design, you can name your table over here. This is really important. I'll get back to why it's really important, but let's name it as sales order. So let's say you want to do a VLOOKUP, or let's say you want to insert a pivot table. you all you need to do is just need to write sales order, and the data will be selected. Let's say if we want to put the pivot table on this cell, we will select this cell and add it, and this data table will be selected. Now even if you remove this data table and put it somewhere else, it will still be named as sales order. You can keep it as table 1 or table 2, but let's say if you have multiple tables, 5 or 10 different tables, it's really helpful and it really comes handy when you have a table name given to a table. So this is some basic idea about how you can manipulate data to look it and format it as table. If you have any question, feel free to comment in the comment section.